Hello, friends. I didn't vlog yesterday, but I put 2 videos up. Um, so we're good. So I'll do this vlog and I'll get this one up, and it'll be like you feel like you got extra, not less. It was a day. My sleep score was good yesterday. I can't remember what it was, but it was high. It was low, like maybe 85 again, but it was high. But I didn't feel it. I didn't feel that well rested. And I know intellectually that I slept a certain amount of hours, but I was just like, I don't know. I think my body is today needed more. Um, and then I got up, went to the bathroom. I'm like, I need to get back in bed. I'm going to do work in bed. I did work in bed till afternoon. I got up at 7:40, something like that in the morning. Oh, I thought my windows were dirty. I'm like, how can the windows be dirty? It's a new place. I thought there was like a big smudge on it from something. And I'm like, what could possibly have splattered on my window? It's just the way the reflection of the other windows and then the leaves making a pattern. Okay, it's fine. The windows are not dirty. I don't have to add it to my list. So I was in bed, and then I had a headache, and it kept getting worse, and it kept getting worse, and I was too lazy. Okay, there's too much noise going on here. Hold on. Let me soak this because there's food on it. Come on, Sharky. You need to go home. He's gonna find his home now. My RoboVac. It's a Shark RoboVac. And so when the little neighbor boy came over and wanted to see my home, I gave him a tour around. I think I told you this already. He wanted to know if I had any toys. I'm like, I don't. I'm so sorry. But then I showed him how this vacuum worked, and he just thought it was the coolest thing in the world. So it's my toy, and we decided to name him Sharky, since it's a shark. Why are you so confused? Go back home in charge. Go on. So funny how it knows to go back, but yet right after you hit the button to say dock, it like still goes around a couple places. Like, right. It's like it has Alzheimer's. It's dementia like me. It's like, go back. Where was that again? And it kind of like hits a wall here, hits a wall, it kind of bounces around a little bit, and then all of a sudden is like, oh, right, over there. I remember now. That's my life. We are soul members. Okay, you charge now. I was doing this because my electrician is coming over in a little bit, and I really wanted to clean up beforehand. Now I've decided he's a guy, he's a dude, he doesn't care. He doesn't. But for my own self, there's some stuff I wanted to get done beforehand. Now, so I had this headache. I know that I know that I know that I know I cannot just take a nap and a headache will go away like some people can. Doesn't happen. I need to take some Tylenol. But I was doing work. I was contacting everybody who owed money. I was getting balances. I was doing things. I was doing everything for the scrapbooking business for a couple hours in the morning and just relaxing in bed while I was doing it. But the headache kept getting worse and worse and worse. And because I was using my hands and I was typing, I wasn't drinking either. And that was probably contributing to it as well. And also, I didn't have to go to the bathroom because I wasn't drinking, and I had just gone through the night sleeping, so I wasn't drinking. So I put myself into a situation I didn't need to, where my headache got really bad. So I finally got up, and I still waited till I had to go to the bathroom. It's just sometimes where I'm just like, I just need to get this work done. I just need to get this work done. And then things kept popping up in the emails and that. And I'm like, what? This isn't what I was planning on handling this morning, but okay, what's going on? So I got up at about 1 and something to eat. I don't know what. Oh, I had some beef burgundy. I made some beef burgundy, warmed up a little bit of a roll to eat with it. I took it back into bed. When I first came here, I'm like, I will not eat in this bed. The bed is for sleeping only, which is good for like your overall sleep scores and that too, because your body kind of senses you just kind of like, it knows it's rest time now. Whereas at home, I do a lot of work in my bed with this little lap tray. It's just really comfortable and have a lot of look out the window outside. I don't know. Sometimes it's just more comfortable than sitting at a desk. It is. So I wasn't going to do it, but yesterday I'm like, I just don't feel well. I deserve it. It was the first day. I was going to say I didn't even step outside the house, but I feel like I got one Amazon delivery. So I may have stepped out on the front porch to pick something up. I think it's that package over there that I haven't opened yet and then I looked online. I'm like, it looks like it's the size of another screen protector for my computer. How could I possibly order 2 of them? I don't know, because they're different kinds. They look different. They were packaged differently. Anyway, we'll get to that at another time. I haven't even opened it yet because I've been trying to take care of everything else in my life. And a big part of that was I have been recording videos. I've been doing some vlogs. I've been doing some thrifting things. I've been doing home improvement stuff and that, and randomly recording some things on my phone, some things on the computer here. And I just needed to start getting it all into iMovie. So my nose is starting to run again. I really, I need to handle that. I do. I think I got an allergy test done with this blood work that I had sent in somewhere, and I still need to call and arrange to talk to their people. I don't know if it's a doctor or if it's a nurse or if it's just trained people to go over the results. And I know I added to it allergy testing. So I think I have the results somewhere. I just need to look into finding that email and arranging the time and getting the appointment scheduled and then do it. Okay, so what was I saying? Oh, so the videos. Yes, I was doing the videos. I'm supposed to be working while I talk to you. That's why we're here in the kitchen. And I got a lot done. Not like edited, ready to go up, but that's why I had 2 videos that I could post yesterday, because I'm like, oh, I need to get this one up. And then I started going back and realizing I have videos from the last time I was here that I never uploaded, in terms of, I don't know if they were thrifting or home improvement stuff. I don't remember, but I'm like, holy cow. Well, these are going to start to not make sense because I'm going to talk about things I've already talked about. Or now when I say, do you remember this video? And then you're probably watching it going, I don't. It's because I recorded it but never posted it. So I got them all. Oh, these are clean. I have to empty that. Okay, I can't put the silverware away yet. I went through and I started uploading all of them into my iMovie so that I have them in one place and I have a title over it. Even if I don't have to edit any of it, at least it's in there. And then I would also delete it from my phone just to get it off my phone. My phone has plenty of memory, but phone seems to have more memory than my freaking computer does. I don't know. Because sorry, that was loud. I never have my phone say, you're out of memory. But my laptop, that's another story. It likes to tell me that often. Usually at times when I'm trying to really get something accomplished or I'm in a timeline, it's like the tell-alls for sister wives, and you're like, we can't save it. You don't have enough memory. I've paid for more memory. I've done more things. I really probably should. Well, I don't even think I have to buy. I have to look into how much memory this laptop has and how much my other one does. I bought this, and I mentioned this once in the past. I bought this MacBook Air 2 years ago, right after I started Sister Wives and I was doing all the videos, and it started just, my computer was like, not enough memory. I would delete. I was deleting all kinds of stuff. And then I started thinking like I'm deleting important files, like operating system files. I'm like, wow, that has a lot of memory. Get rid of that. it was a mess. And I just thought, this computer's too old and it doesn't have enough memory. I need another one. I ordered this one that I have now. I have since learned that when you delete things from your Mac computers, that there's also like a shadow copy thing that you can delete as well. But even then, it doesn't really delete for 2 to 3 days. So you can delete everything and you can get it down from, if I have like 1,000 something of memory and I am at like 989. And so everything's running slow. I can delete, and it's down to like 968. I'm like, after all that I deleted, that's all I have. At least I have enough room to save another video. Like that's where I was. Then I realized 2 or 3 days later, all of a sudden I'm down to 698. And I'm like, what? So after some research, I figured out what was going on. Okay. I'm sorry. I didn't know where to keep a butter knife. I don't have a butter knife spot. I'll put it over here. Okay. You know, when it's a new house and you don't have like certain, like I know where the butter knife goes back at home, but I didn't know where the butter knife went here. I love a butter knife. I use it all the time. Also, and this is just the more you know for those of you who do any recording or use iMovie to record things or save things or whatnot. After you delete a video out of iMovie, and what I do, I'd lift it up and show you, but I'll show you another time because it's so sensitive. Right now I am saving, I feel like hiccups coming on. I'm saving a video onto an external hard drive. So what I do is I take all my videos that I make on all the channels and I transfer them to an external hard drive. I don't know why. I am sure in like a year from now, I'll just delete the whole thing. But I just feel like, what if I need to go back and reference something or see it? At least I have it. True. So I move it to this external hard drive, which I've had for a long time. So it feels good to be using it. And then I delete it. In iMovie though, like I notice I delete it. It doesn't go into your trash bin. So I'm trying to delete the trash bin and get rid of other things on the computer. It doesn't go in your trash. And then I remember that again this morning. I'm like, oh, right. I went into the trash to empty it and there was one picture in there because I had emptied the trash yesterday. And I'm like, what about all the movies I deleted? They just somehow delete out of the iMovie memory, but don't really go into trash. Now, if you really want to save space, what you have to do in iMovie is you have to go to the section where it saves all the media, like media files. It's separate. There's a place to the left that'll show everything from all the different movies. You have to go over there, click by movies. I mean because they're all referred to as movies in there. The videos. You have to click on the video that you deleted, find it in there, the name of it, which is harder because it's easier when you see the picture. Anyway, see the name of it, delete it there. Then it takes all of that media out and it saves more memory on your hard drive on your computer. Now, I haven't gotten that far yet, but I did step 1, which is I spent a lot of time yesterday moving files out because all of a sudden as I'm doing all of these videos and getting them off my phone and putting them on the computer and creating movies that need to be edited and naming them so I know what everything is. At one point, the computer wouldn't accept files from my phone to be airdropped in because my computer said it didn't have enough memory. I'm like, here we go again. This is like the 3rd or 4th time I've done it, but at least I've only bought a new computer once. Now, what I need to do is go somehow to that old computer, because I still have it, the Apple one. And I need to see if I can start using that for editing videos. I don't think I can, because in order for me to share computers from my home desktop over to there, it automatically knows, like when I download something onto, they're all synced. Okay. So when I open up this computer, it's got the same stuff on it as my other computer, and then if I open it up, once I log into my Apple account, it's going to have the same thing. If I want to airdrop anything from my phone onto the computer, I need to be logged in, which means it's going to sync with everything. So I don't think it has as much memory as this, even though it was a nicer computer. It was a Pro. I think I got the very basic version of the Pro. And when I bought this one, I'm like, I just need memory, but I don't need the 17-inch screen. It's nice, but I'm saving money. So I went with the 15-inch screen so that I could have more memory on it. So I don't think it's going to benefit me to use the other computer. Unless I want to do a lot more steps, which is find a way to hardwire it and upload it. I still think I have to be logged into my account, though, to log it into, yeah, because an Apple computer makes you have an Apple account. Like, you can't just use it as the average Joe. It's just like your phone. As soon as it opens up, it's like, okay, log in with your Apple ID. It's just the way it is. Okay, so now that I've worked through this, thank you for being here. Again, my therapy, my life coach, you're everything to me as I work through and figure things out. Okay, this away. Look what I have to clean. Okay, so when I went home from my daughter's house the other day, and Chick-fil-A that I brought my son-in-law got an extra sauce I'm keeping to dip something in. I don't know what, but I'm keeping it. Okay. The day that I went to cook dinner and hang out there for the day and visit with them, and they ended up spending the day at the Vanderbilt University's emergency room with Callahan. That day, I packed up some of the beef burgundy in a plastic container and to take home, eat my dinner at home with a little extra to have another meal or two. I could have just had the extra be one extra meal, but I forced myself to split it. And not really split it in half. There's not a lot left over, but it makes it feel better. It's like, I have a third meal. It's not really a full meal, but anyway, this stuff is so good. I put it in the bag, and I was putting everything else in there too. And then there was the stick of butter, because I brought the stick of butter to make the garlic bread for them. And I used it for that. I made their garlic bread, wrapped it up in a plastic bag, stuck it in the refrigerator. And there was a lot of the stick of butter left. I'm like, I could just leave it for them. I'm like, they got butter. I love butter. I will probably go through butter quicker than the two of them will go through butter. I'm just going to bring the stick of butter home. So I did. And then I got back here, and I knew the food was really hot because it came out of the oven. So I didn't immediately run into the refrigerator. I figured I'm going to let it cool down just a little bit. It's a technique I learned from my energy efficient husband. He's like, don't put really hot stuff in the refrigerator. It just makes it work extra. Let it cool down to close to room temperature and then put it in. Oh, the neighbor has a cute cat. Oh, it's a beautiful cat. Oh, I think I remember her saying that he's an escape artist. I remember now. Yeah. He's an escape artist. And she's like, just early this morning, I saw him walking across your front yard. And I thought, oh no, I hope she doesn't hate cats. I'm like, I love cats. He was just sitting in the window. So cute. It's white and orange. It's like white. It looked like almost like a tuxedo cat, but orange and white instead of the black and white. Okay. Sorry. I don't remember the name. I don't know if she told me its name. I feel like she may have said she is too. I don't know. Maybe not. So, what time is it? I don't have anything with a time. There's no time in this? I swear it used to have the time. That microwave. I have to now call GE warranty department. That'll be a lot of fun. There's 3 hours of my day. trying to get them to come out here and fix the microwave. It's a microwave and convection oven. I did the upgrade on the stove. I wanted the nicer stove, and it wasn't up on the, I didn't even know that was an option, but they're like, oh, it's so much nicer when it's flat and it doesn't have the controls up on the back, that they're on the front and it's just completely level. It does look sharp. It does look nice. But I just thought, I needed to get to a certain amount of upgrades to get the free refrigerator, microwave. No, to get the free refrigerator, washer, and dryer. So I thought I'll upgrade this, and they automatically upgrade the microwave. So I got the upgraded microwave, which I like, and it's very solid. It doesn't feel chintzy. I like that. And it also has a convection oven features in that. I've never used the convection oven on my other oven or my new oven at home. I think once I used the convection, and I wasn't impressed with the results. Clearly, I don't know how to properly use it because it was the first time I've ever used it. I'm sure that there's people out there going, it's the greatest thing in the world. If it is, let me know, and I'll spend some time looking into it. But anyway, it's nice that it's small and has a convection oven feature if I want to use a convection oven. But there's two things. And it does say in the manual, turn the knob to 15 or 30. You can't put numbers in it. You have to turn the knob for how much time do you want. And it goes up by 15-second intervals. So if I want to put something in for 20 seconds, I can't. I have to do it for 30. Well, there's a big difference between, I know back at home that if I want to melt the butter, I have to do 7 seconds. If I do 10 seconds, it gets pulley in the middle and it starts running on the plate. If I do 7, the whole thing is soft, but it's not running. I can't do less than 15. So you have to stand there and just look at it and then take it out early. So I'm thinking that could not be right, but it might be right because I'm not seeing how to fix that. The other part is that I can't change the power. It's always high. It says if I hit power level may not be changed at this time. Power level may not be changed at what time? I just started, all right? So I'll say, okay, fine. So I'll go cook, all right, enter your cook time. Well, I'll have to turn the knob, and so, okay, we'll say 15 seconds. So I'm like, now I'll hit power level. Power level may not be changed at this time. At what time can I put the power level in if I can't do it before I hit the cook time or after I hit the cook time? I do believe something's wrong. I looked at the manual. I saw nothing about it. It didn't, it's just like the power level is this, and this is it's just a normal thing. I will say that when I registered these, this came up like 2017. It's been sitting in a warehouse. It's not ideal. So they're going to have to come fix it. And when they come fix it, I'll ask them, how can I put 7 seconds? If he says you can't, I guess I can't. That's that. Can't worry about it anymore. Add it to the list. Got to contact them now. Okay. My watch is charging over there. I don't know what time it is. I just don't want to. I'm proud to say I'm about 5 meals in and I still have some potato chips. I'm trying to be really good about portion control and eating properly and all that. Normally this would be a 1 to 2 serving size bag of potato chips for me. So the fact that we're about 5 or 6 meals in and there's still a little bit left means I am making progress on controlling. All right, we're 100% charged. Controlling everything. All right, I was talking about something else before all this and I don't remember what it was. Nevertheless, more videos are going to be coming to you soon, but I'm taking a little bit of a breeze. So it was taking so much time doing all the moving of that. I ended up coming down here. It took a while to feel better. I went back to bed. I took a nap in the middle of the day. I don't know how long, no idea. But I was sitting up and I just put my head way back on the pillow. I'm like, oh, that feels good. And I was out. I woke up once or twice. I think I was snoring. think I woke myself up snoring. And all I did was like twist my head so I didn't get a sore neck and close my mouth. Back to sleep. Probably slept an hour or so. Maybe an hour and a half. I don't know. Sometimes I sleep and I think, oh, I can't believe I wasted all that time. And I realized it had only been like 20 minutes. So hopefully it was something like that. But nevertheless, afterwards, I was still groggy. I just, how you're just off. It was just one of those off. And I'm like, you know why? Probably because when I went to bed the night before, again, took food into bed. This is a pattern that's going to break. I'm telling you, I'm not going to do this anymore. But I started the night before. And because of that bad habit is probably why I felt bad the next day and then took food into bed the next day. I took the rest of my chocolate chip cookies up there because I thought, I don't know if they're going to start getting bad. Is that an excuse to eat a lot of chocolate chip cookies? So there were like 6 left in the bag, maybe 7. I don't know. Maybe 6. I think it was about 6. So I warmed them up in the microwave and I took them upstairs and I ate those. And I think all that sugar and carbs before going to bed is what made me probably just feel yucky the next day. My body was just sort of like, protein, please. So because I decided this is a day, I did change my clothes. I wasn't in pajamas all day. So we have that. I didn't shower. No shower. I just put clothes on. And I started walking around doing things and I'm like, I'm going to have to make a video. So I straightened my hair a little bit, threw on a little bit of makeup. I never made a video. But at night when I went to wash my face, I'm like, well, this was a waste. Nobody saw me today. I could have just had my normal skin, breathe and air out. It's fine. So I went down and I made a pizza. Came up and was doing a bunch more stuff. I felt like I was doing something down here as well, but I don't remember what it was because it doesn't look like I've done anything down here. I made the pizza, went upstairs, took 2 slices with me, back in bed. I'm like, this is my home day. I am treating myself. I'm eating in bed. I'm relaxing in bed. This is just hunkered down day, which it was going to be a day staying at home anyway, because it was my speech therapy day and the kids are on spring break. So it was like a bonus day for me. So really accomplishing this stuff, even though it wasn't like manual labor, moving things, or you can't visually see a lot. I know that I was getting a lot done. I got a lot done with the scrapbooking business. I got hours of work in for that. And then I started doing all the work for the videos. All right, hang on a second. I'm going to turn the water on. It's not too loud. I think you can still hear me. So I ate the 2 pieces and thought, I want one more. That's when I came down, got 2 more pieces and the bag of chips. It was an off day. Yeah, it was an off day. That's okay. Everyone deserves them every now and then. And that was my now and then. So after I finished all that, now it's getting dark, right? It's getting close to 8 o'clock at night. But I had taken my nap in the middle of the day. Now, I felt like I could go to bed for the night, for sure. But I need to accomplish something else. This guy's coming tomorrow. I need to straighten up. So I was straightening up upstairs. Had a shower rod situation, which is another video. And there were all the boxes and all the stuff, the shower rod stuff all over the hallway upstairs. Took care of that, boxed it all up. Actually, it's over here. It's something I have to finish doing. I have to seal her back up in the box. I do have packing tape because at that Thrift Smart place, it was 50% off the one day, and they had the big packing rolls of tape, like big. I'm going to show you. You're not going to believe it. Nobody's impressed but me. I swear I'm the only one impressed by this. I showed my husband, he wasn't impressed. I showed my daughter, she wasn't impressed. She didn't want to get any herself. I'm telling you, I use packing tape for a lot of stuff. I don't know why, but I do. It has a decent amount of packing tape. 50 cents. It was marked 99 cents and it was 50% off. It's a good deal. So I bought like 4. They're at home because I'm going to use them for sure. Sure enough, I've used it once since I've been, that I know. I'm going to use it to box that up and give it to a kid. I'll tell you that story another time. All right, I'm putting this back. I can't make a bigger mess. I'm supposed to be cleaning up the kitchen, not creating messes. All right. I came over here to get this because there is my shark vac, which I thrifted, has been charging, so I need to make sure it works. Sounds like it works. Shark cordless. Now I have 3 Shark products. I have Sharky, the RoboVac. I've got my Shark cordless, and then I have my Shark vacuum, which is now upstairs. Keep pointing to the garage because I was keeping it in the garage. Not anymore. It's upstairs now because upstairs is where it's carpeted. And the vacuum is for the carpeting because I just can keep that. Now, sometimes I take the little RoboVac upstairs too, but okay. What was I saying? Some of you have written in the comments, I love how ADHD you are. I know, never been diagnosed. Somehow made it through high school and college. I don't know how. One of these days, I thought by the time I was 50, I was going to be one of those people sitting on a lanai in Florida and looking out over a lake and the pontoon boats going by. My little dock out there with my pontoon boat docked and enjoying the birds going by. Yeah, that's what I thought. I know I have a second home, but I mean the whole relaxation of it all. The whole, I just, no. I feel like I'm busier than ever. I'm looking over there at my curtains that I folded up on the chair. I don't think I'm going to put them up here. I know. And some of you said, just put curtains on the windows. Because I said, I'll just put them up and then I'm going to change them. I am going to get those rods up. So maybe I will put them up on the rods. We'll see. But the more, now that I got the other side chairs and everything's put together, if I just look at the top half of the room without looking at the rug that I have, I think they look fine. They don't match the rug at all. It's a whole different vibe. But what I'm definitely going to do is buy a rod to put, I have a little window that's next to the door. It's an actual window. It's not like one of those side, it's not like part of the door, but over to the side, but it's a narrow window. Nonetheless, I haven't figured out what to put on it yet. Haven't figured out. Maybe I'll put that clear plastic stuff you can put on that you can't see through. It's for privacy there, but, and then just have like a pretty little ethereal looking, shower curtain. There's one I found that I really liked. It was more like bohemian-ish, but I just loved all the nuances of it and the buttons and the tassels and the embroidery and everything. It looked like somebody spent a lot of time to put it together. And I appreciate that. I appreciate people's effort. It looked like it could have been handmade. I'm sure it wasn't. I know it wasn't, but that's what I liked about it, is that it wasn't like, this is one machine that went through and did everything. Like somebody hand stitched it, and I appreciate the time somebody took to do that. Maybe not. Maybe machines could do everything now. But anyway, it's more machines and more work to do this type of thing. But it's like an hour away. And it's an hour away into the part of town that's just busy with traffic and everything. I'll go an hour north into Kentucky in a heartbeat before I want to go 45 minutes into traffic and heading towards Nashville. Because if I head north from here, it's just easy going. There's no traffic. The roads are like 50, 55. It's nice, spread out, nobody's around. It's just lovely. I start heading down into the Nashville area, and then all of a sudden, it's like 8 lanes. Get over to the far 4. Now get over to the right 4. Now get over to the far 4. Now watch out for these people coming in. And then all of a sudden, you have people zooming through like it's a drag race, and everybody's going 90 in a 70 just to slam on their brakes, because inevitably something will happen where somebody hits their brakes and then it all backs up again. It's like you got to go 90 to then go 20, to then go 90 to then go 20. It's not enjoyable at all. And in the middle of the day, I would say they're middle of the day traffic. If I do things if I do anything, it's only going to be the middle of the day. I'm not dealing with rush hour getting towards Nashville. But if I have to do something in the middle of the day, I would say the traffic is equal to what if I were to go to downtown Cleveland during rush hour. It's a different world. Anyway, why was I saying all that? Oh, the curtains. So I'm definitely going to hang the curtains in my closet, because I just think that sun coming in is not good for the clothes. I don't mind that they stay closed all the time. I don't even think I need up, down, down, up. I'm not going to go through the expense of that. These are so heavy. They're probably room darkening. We'll see. But they're so thick, they would be room darkening. I don't think light's getting through them. I'm going to put 2 of them up on the window, because really the window, they're wide enough. I could just hang 1 across the whole window. But to make sure that the light's not coming through the sides and all that, I think I'm going to hang 2 of them. I can always open them if I want a little bit of light in there. And it's always nicer to have 2 curtains anyway. So I am going to use 2 of them, which makes the $15 for the however many panels I got worth it. I don't remember, 16 panels or something. And then I think before I go, I'm going to get a rod and hang it there. And I will at least hang 1 over there for privacy. And then I have plenty that if I want, I can hang them over the other windows once I put the rods up temporarily. It's not going to be a permanent thing. But every now and then I look at them as I'm walking by, and I look at the carpet. And I'm like, no, I'm not even going to put them up. No, can't do it. No, the horror. And then I get over myself. All right, I'm going to go now, because I'm going to go around the corners and vacuum up all the little stuff from all the places that I have put. Oh, so at the end of the day, after my pizza and that, I decided I need to do something physical towards this place that makes me feel like I've accomplished something, especially since the day before. It was just a shower curtain dilemma video coming to you soon. So I hung the rod in the guest bedroom. Yeah. Do we have time? I measured again. My dad always taught me, measure twice, cut once. That's the rule. Measure twice, cut once. I measured more than twice. I'm measuring. And then I was looking at the curtains, because I wanted it to be further outside of the window to make the room feel bigger, and I wanted it to go up almost to the ceiling. So I got 95 inch. That's how they came. I wanted 93 inch, and these room darkening ones that I got that were cream and they looked nice were only a 95 inch. And I'm like, well, I can do 95. It just has to go pretty much all the way up to the ceiling. So I did all the measuring, see where the rods go, how am I going to get it in? And having it touch the ceiling is sort of a no-no in the videos I had watched in the past in terms of putting curtains in. So I made sure it was down about an inch or so. I think it's the perfect height to the ceiling. The issue is it still pulls a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean like a half an inch onto the carpet. So they don't hang perfectly straight because, then the curtain starts to wobble, and because they're room darkening and they're very thick room darkening curtains with almost plastic on the backside. It's not plastic, but it's feels almost like that. Like they're very, very durable. They don't hang nice. So now at some point I'm going to have to take them off and I think just get fabric tape and fold over the bottom and iron it just to make them. Because they're so thick, that makes me nervous to be able to do that. But I'll look and see if I can just take the stitches out and then fold it up and make them shorter with fabric tape. Your girl's not sewing. I'll sew a button on, I'll sew a hole shut, but I don't have a sewing machine. And it's just another thing I don't have time to learn. So I would get the fabric. I have the fabric tape back at home. I don't have any here, but I could fold it over and iron it and make them shorter. So I'll look at the seam and see if that's a possibility. So the project's not done. But besides that, when I realized how big the panels were, I'm like, oh, these are really wide. Like one panel basically covers a window. So I can go out a good 15, 20 inches. If I bring it out that far, it more than still covers the window a little bit, goes out on the wall, makes the window appear bigger, and it would cover the light socket on that side. Thinking, right? Thinking. Your girl's thinking. So I put the anchors in the wall. I hate anchors. I'm not a fan of anchors, but I got the anchors to work. I got the anchors in the wall. I got the screws in. I got the rod up. I go to hang it up. It's not quite fitting. It's too wide. I wasn't thinking, it's not about the shower. It's not about the curtain. I was so worried that the curtain would look weird and not close all the way. If I hung it out to the side, that it wouldn't come to a complete close, or it would like pull out, or just be weird, that I didn't pause and think about how big is your rod, Jenny? How big is your rod? You know what I just thought? Okay, when I put the new holes in, I did drop it slightly. I still think I can put it in the way it is. I can just buy a new rod. Why did I not think of that last night? I totally need you to talk through this with. I'm by myself down here. I'm going to my daughter's house today after the electrician. Very excited. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use the rod that I got, put it in my closet, or the office upstairs. I still have to put curtains in the office. Yeah. And then I'm going to buy a rod that's bigger. And then I'll go back and use the ones. Okay, so what I did is I had more anchors that I had brought from home. I put more anchors in. I brought it in like 3 inches on both sides. And so that I knew it would fit. But now I've got the anchors in the wall. They look awful. I remember in the past somebody saying, rather than, because I had always heard when you have an anchor, you just have to bang it into the wall, then spackle it and paint over it. But I saw online once where somebody took a drill into the anchor, and then when they reversed it, it pulled the anchor out. That didn't work. I tried. Like, no, that's not working. So I put a little toothpaste on it just to cover it up because it was looking kind of yucky. That's a little trick I learned to repair holes quickly when you don't have spackle and you don't have time to do it, or if it's a tiny little hole and you don't want to go through the whole spackle thing and then you have to repaint and everything. If you have white toothpaste, which I did, put it in the hole and then wipe it away, and that white in the hole, the toothpaste, as it does when it dries, kind of hardens. Now, it's not hard enough like spackle. You could put another nail in it or anything. But in terms of just aesthetics of not seeing a black hole and now it's white, it didn't work that well because the anchor still kind of is on the outside. It looks better than it did, but it doesn't look great. So I'll be able to get a screw right through that. I'm very excited now. I'm going to be able to make them wider. And I think I'm going to buy 2 more panels too, to have them hang down and feel fuller, which has always been the recommendation online too. 2 panels on each side gives more of that voluminous, rich look. Makes it look expensive. It is more expensive. I'd buy 4 panels instead of 2. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy 2 more and I'm going to get myself a new rod. All right. This is a good day. I feel really good right now because I was really not liking those holes in the wall that you can now see on the outside. So the inside ones, they'll be covered up by the curtains. They'll be fine. If I need to, I can just bang those anchors into the wall and fill it in with a little toothpaste. We'll be good. All right. I have to get this paint anyway because I'm not getting around to repainting this whole place anytime soon. And I have 2 marks on the walls that I've rubbed off too much. And it's gotten down to the drywall area. And then now you have a mark, a bad mark that you see. It's worse. So I need it for touch up. So I might as well go around and just touch up everything. I get 1 free gallon of Sherwin-Williams paint. I don't need a freaking gallon of it, but maybe I can take it home and use it around my house for something. I don't know. I'm rambling and you don't care. But thanks for being here. I'm going to do an update for you today. After the electrician goes, I have no idea how long, so I told my daughter. She's like, we're here all day. Adam's just going to get new brakes, I think. Yeah, I think she said new brakes on one of their cars, her little Prius. Because new brakes, I'm like, you got a car like last year, her car. Now that they got the baby, they're being cautious. It's cute. So he's getting new brakes at 8 o'clock this morning. She goes, other than that, we're home all day. We're not doing anything. So I'm like, all right, well, then I'll just let you know. I said, I don't know if this guy's going to be able to complete all of this in 2 to 3 hours or if he's going to be here 7 to 8 hours. I don't know. But he's got a lot to do. And he might not be familiar with some of these brands. I got a Tapo opener, a Tapo video doorbell. And I don't remember why, but it's in another video. And then what brand is this for the smart garage control? Because this one worked with, MyQ. Both of them worked with an Apple phone. And so I figured that's why I'm getting them. And to control it remotely from afar. That was the main thing. So I want to be able to do it in another state. And then, And then many other things he's doing. Okay. That's all. Shark and I have a date now. A little cleaning day. Thanks for being here. I'll be in touch. This isn't it. Just goodbye for now. I'm back. Quickly. Guy's going to be here in a minute. But I'm like, this is a story that I started and didn't finish. That was the fact that I was packing up food from my daughter's house the other day. Packed up her food for her for when she got home from the hospital. And then packed up some food to bring back here for myself. Put it all in the bag, waiting for it to not be quite so hot to put in the refrigerator later on in the day. I'm like, it was still plenty hot. I actually ate it just like that. I didn't even warm it up. I didn't need to. And then I was putting everything back in the refrigerator. And I saw the stick of butter. The stick of butter slid and was on top of the container of beef. So now I got a mess to clean up. I think that's my punishment for being selfish and taking the butter. I could have just left it and put it in her refrigerator. It wasn't this melted when I even used it, when I warmed it up to put and make the garlic bread for her. No. Now I got a mess. Yep. I could say no good deed goes unpunished, but I don't know if that really applies. All right. Kind of applies, but that would be a negative way of looking at the fact that you just brought dinner to your daughter. So, all right. It's cleaning up pretty well. Nice. I was just straightening up here a little bit before Mr. Electrician showed up, and thought That white cream on there looks gross and disgusting, and I'm sure he'll have questions but not ask. So we are going to make it all better. Excellent. Okay. There's something I keep in my refrigerator in here anyway, so that if I need to transport, I can just grab this. So, I like this. I don't even know where I got this. I'll be honest with you. No idea. But I had it for a little while, and for the kids for a while used it in their lunches when they needed to. I don't think they used it as a lunchbox. I think they put it in their lunch boxes. My kids never bought lunches. I was willing to have them buy lunches because there's nothing I wanted to do more in life than buy lunches when I was a kid. But we were the poor kids. But it was a private school, so you didn't qualify for government assistance. Maybe if I went to a public school, I would have had free lunches. I don't know. I don't know if I would have been embarrassed by that, though, because now you don't know which kids have free lunches and not, because everyone has a card. You put money on your card and you just pay with your card like a credit card. And so, but back then you had to buy actual tickets or pay with the money. And if you were a kid that had the free lunch, I just know this from high school because I went to a public high school. If you're a kid with a free lunch, when you got to the line, you gave the lady your name and she looked you up on a chart, spreadsheet of everybody who got free lunches. And I remember thinking, God, I'd hate that. Talk about ostracizing those who can't afford. So maybe it's good. Then I went to a private school and we would have gotten a government subsidy for lunches anyway. And so therefore I had bologna sandwiches every day. Or peanut butter and jelly. To this day, I don't like peanut butter. I never liked peanut butter. I love peanut butter by itself. I love jelly by itself. Could I just have peanut butter? No, I had to have a fruit. How much fruit is in jelly? I'm sure I had a fruit also in my lunch. I just remember thinking everyone's packed lunches were so much better than mine. I did everything I could to eat that bologna on white bread with butter. Doesn't sound good, does it? It's not. It was a very, very special day when my mom would buy Brunchweiger. Do you know what that is? And spread that on. I'm sure it's a bunch of processed meats that are leftovers that are just ground together, but somehow, which is essentially what bologna is, but that was a special treat. And I mean, every now and then we get like a ham sandwich, but she never got the good ham. It was like, I struggled eating lunches. I didn't like milk, still don't like milk to this day. It's that whole sour thing. And which is okay because she would give me a thermos of whatever in it. I'd be fine if it was just water, but I know it was Kool-Aid because once when I was walking to school, a kid that was in my class, his mom was driving by, and there weren't that many. I was at a private Lutheran school through 8th grade. So she's like, hey, do you want to ride? I'm like, okay. Like, even if I didn't want to ride, I think I did decline it once or twice. And I think my mom told me it makes her feel guilty if I get rides from other people that offer it to me because technically she could have driven me, but she made me walk. It was a little over 2 miles. It wasn't that far, but in the winter, I was like, okay. And then the one time my thermos leaked and it had like a red Hi-C punch in it or something, whatever the kind you make yourself. I mean, we never bought anything that was pre-made. So it was some sort of Kool-Aid that was red. And when I went to get up and get out, I noticed it was kind of wet and they had like a cream fabric seats in the back seat. Oh no. In hindsight, could have been even worse if you think of something that was a red stain back there. But I think I was young enough that I wasn't menstruating yet because I don't remember that ever being a thought in my mind. So I must have been earlier elementary because I went there from preschool through 8th grade. Yeah. And it was a boy, of course, who came out and goes, my mom said that your thing leaked in the back of the car. I'm like, no, it didn't. No, it didn't. I was such a bad liar and not able to take accountability as a kid. I just remember always just going, no, not true. Awful. I'm still a bad liar, so I just don't lie at all. But as a kid, I guess you grow up and learn it's okay to do something wrong. It's okay to make a mistake. I don't know. I guess as a kid, I couldn't. Because I just remember a lot of times whenever getting confronted with something, not going, I'm sorry, Like, it just wasn't an option in my head. I was like, no, I didn't. So stupid. Things that were obvious too. Anyway, I don't know what point. I know by high school I was, so that must have been early elementary school. By high school, I was not denying everything. But maybe all kids do. I don't know. I don't know. I don't remember it ever being a topic of conversation in my house of like, when you do something wrong, it's okay. I think I got punished a lot. I think that's it. I remember like with lunches, my mom's like, you'll be punished if you don't eat everything in your lunch. And that's so I was always hiding and trying to get away with. And, I grew up in you get the wooden spoon on your bare bottom era. Now that's considered child abuse, but back then wasn't. So I didn't want any corporal punishment. So you lie because you're trying to get out of that. So I tried to raise my kids very differently and tell them, like my son, when I would pack his lunches, I'm like, are you eating all of this? Or do you like this? What do you like? I'm only going to pack you things I know you're going to eat. And what you don't eat, you need to bring home so I can see what you didn't eat. Not because you're going to get in trouble. You're not in trouble for not finishing your food. I just don't want you to throw it away and have me think you're eating everything and that you like it. I'll switch and get you something you like better. See, it's in your best interest to be honest and let me know if you're eating something or if you're not eating something. So just bring it home and then we'll talk about it and we'll see, well, what other kind of protein or what other kind of fruit or vegetable or whatever it is that's the food group I was trying to hit that he didn't like. What else can we get you that you would like in there? And I didn't care if it was a lunchbox that looked like a charcuterie tray, like a little this, a little that, oddball things and that. Like, I grew up in the mindset of you have to eat a sandwich for lunch and you have to have, I think it was a fruit with it. And then my mom would give me some sort of crunchy snack to go with it too. Usually Fritos. I loved Fritos. That was the best part of the meal for sure. I don't think I had dessert. Growing up, you always had desserts too. I don't know. I don't know if I packed desserts for my kids either. Maybe I did. Oh yeah, because I remember my son liked Oreo cookies. So yeah, I did. Okay. Anyway, that was more than you needed to know. So all better, and it's nice and moisturized, so it's not going to crack air. It's not going to anyway. This is like I wouldn't say quality. It reminds me of camping. It's I bet it's waterproof. It must be. I have no idea where it came from. No idea. Okay, that's all for now. I'll be back this evening and give you the up-to-date on all the electrical. I got the final bill. It did go over $1,000, but barely. And every time I think, no, just, you could probably do, I stop myself and say, it's electrical. Let the professional do it. And then I think, why did I not become an electrician? This man is making $1,000 today. I will let you know how many hours he's here. $1,000 he's earning today. Like a month of work. This man is making $1,000. God bless him. Because I bought all the stuff. There's no expense on his part. This is just his time. $1,000. I mean, even a massage, you start looking at some massage therapists, they get $100 an hour. And what do they have? A little bit of oil? Like that's not a bad gig either. Like there's some really good jobs out there that do not require a college education that you can bank. So like if I could go back and do it again, I might recommend to my kids to, I don't know what trade. My girls wouldn't have been interested in any trade that's out there. So they're fine doing what they're doing. And my son, he's very smart. And so he would need to find a trade where he worked at it at kind of a higher level and where he had to like solve more problems and all that. I don't think he wouldn't be good with just mundane work. Like my brother's an electrician, but he is an electrician that does like big jobs. So he'll spend days just pulling wires and like that kind of stuff. And my son actually has a good friend that he's reconnected with from high school, and he became an electrician, or he's working with an electrician. He's like an electrician's apprentice, but I guess he's technically an electrician now. I don't know. I don't know if I asked my son or if he even got all the details of it, but he said that he'll eventually venture out on his own, but he doesn't enjoy any big jobs. He loves the house jobs and the little things here. And I'm thinking, yeah, you can make some good money doing it. No, I mean, is he booked every day? I don't know. He was available when I needed him, but it was like a week and a half out. But then he did ask if he could bump it to Thursday. It was Tuesday. No, I had him booked on Monday. And then I wrote him back. I'm like, wait, that's too close to everything else going on. And I had a meeting in the middle of the day, a doctor's appointment. I forgot about the live stream. I'm like, I can't be doing all this while he's here. So I said, could you do Tuesday? Because Tuesday's actually better for me. So I'm like, good. So I don't know what he had going on Monday, but so he was coming on Tuesday. And then he wrote me last week and said, is there any chance we can move it to Thursday? If not, I'll make it work, and that's no problem. And I said, no, Thursday's great. So here we are. It's Thursday. And we're going to get it all done today. It's going to feel really good when it's done. You know, it's going to feel the best. And the thing that I thought was the most cost-effective thing, I think he charged me $100. I think it came $125. He's charging me $125 to install the ceiling fans. That ceiling fan, every night when I get into bed and it's a little warm, I think I want to turn on the ceiling fan. There's no ceiling fan. I am so glad that was one of the upgrades I did on this place. I paid for the rough-in, for electrical, for a ceiling fan, and then they put 2 extra switches on the wall for it as well. And then they have an extra support beam that they put in the wall. So it wasn't cheap. I want to say it was between $400 and $500 for each room. But again, I had to hit a certain amount. So I was like, I'm going to do it in all 3 bedrooms so that I can put a ceiling fan in them. And I debated putting one in the living room, but my husband's like, I don't know if I'm so glad he said no, because you don't need it down here. And I don't think it would have warmed it all up. I think he's like, I feel like it would make it a ceiling fan in the living room kind of makes it more cheap. I don't know if that's necessarily true, but I think in our brains that's the case because we've only had them in bedrooms always. But we've never had a bedroom that didn't have a ceiling fan in any house ever. We've always had ceiling fans. I love a ceiling fan. And this is the South. Come on. I live up in the North where it's snowing half the year. And I still need my ceiling fan for the spring, summer, and fall. I love it. Okay. So that I'm very much going to look forward to putting a ceiling fan on when I go to bed tonight. Looking forward to that. Bought the ceiling fans already, of course. I bought all the stuff. The guy's making bank on me today. God bless him. Good for him. I'm gonna have to start rethinking my life, my financial future. All right, I'll talk to you later. Goodbye. I'm back. Okay, it's the next day. Or is it 2 days later? Oh gosh, I don't even know. I don't remember when I last did this because it's been a whirlwind. I've been running around doing all kinds of things. But I wanted to give you an update on Callahan because I don't know if I left you hanging or not. I don't remember the last thing I said or who I talked to because I'm also talking to people back at home. So I have to fold laundry. It buzzed a while ago. And I don't want everything wrinkled. All right, we can turn lights on in here. This doesn't have to be so dark. Hang on. I'm trying to balance this very gingerly because I have my external hard drive connected and I'm transferring things onto it so I can have room on my laptop. But it is precariously. It's just my adapter, the external hard drive has a USB port. Well, my MacBook doesn't have a USB entrance, so I bought an adapter. And it's just, I don't know, it was probably cheap. And I'm paying for that now. Sometimes you have to pay for quality. And this is our words of wisdom for today. Sometimes it's worth it to just pay for quality. especially if it's going to make your life easier. And if I didn't have to keep restarting all the times I moved this computer and it disconnected, it would make my life easier. Okay. So, obviously, Callahan as well. If things were bad, I wouldn't have started like this. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to leave you hanging. That wasn't my intent whatsoever. He is okay. They got home late that night. It's a little bit after 9. I had gone already back home, as I mentioned. And I was over there yesterday, took dinner over yesterday. And everyone is doing really well. My daughter is not really producing milk. I don't know why. I was like a freaking cow, so I have no advice for her. She's eating. She's, like I just, so that was a big part of the problem. Of course, you don't know that because when you're nursing, it's not a bottle. And at first, when it's just a colostrum, it's, they don't get as much from it until your milk comes in. And she was all emotional because, of course, she feels like that it was all her fault because that's what we do as women. We blame ourselves. I had to convince her. I said, listen, when I had kids, I always said, I wish they came with like a meter. I wanted like on their arm, especially when they were like toddlers and young elementary school. So I would know how sick they are. Like, I just want a meter that says how serious it is. Like emergency room, doctor's visit, you can handle it at home. And then there would be a gauge and you could follow it. Like, oh, we're almost at the go visit the doctor stage. So we'll try one more thing. And if not, we're going to go. You just don't know. And you can't tell when they're young and all that. And nursing was the same way. I mean, it would be great if the little kids came with a little meter on them that just said, this is how much I drank. But the amazing thing is, he's such a good boy. He wasn't fussy. He was sleeping well. He was, he didn't show any of the signs. I'm sorry. I'm so congested today. I don't know why. He wasn't showing any of the signs of like real hunger. I guess the very last day, she said, was a rougher night, that he was a little bit more fussy before they went to the doctor. So that's probably why they went ahead with it. But they didn't find anything wrong. They kept her there and they watched her nurse, and then they wanted to wait a couple hours and watch her nurse again and just get a sense of how much they think he's getting. And then she now this week has to pump all week so that they can see how much she's getting. Or how much he's getting, how much she's producing. And it's not a lot. She's only getting about an ounce every time she pumps. So, but that's every 2 hours or something like that. So at any rate, they're supplementing with formula when he's, looking like he's fussy due to hunger, doing his rooting. So cute when they root. Oh gosh, rooting is when they want a nurse, and so they kind of turn their head sideways. And I always said it's a little Elvis look because they tend to open their mouth sideways, so they kind of look like Elvis. So yeah, he seemed happy as could be. I was holding him quite a bit, and he was really good. Like, it looked like he wanted to eat some more. And so my daughter's like, "Well, I'm going to go pump and get what I can for him, and then if he needs more, we'll give him some formula." So I said, all right. So she went upstairs. Well, it takes a while. Yeah. And he was a little fussy, so I'm moving this way and that way and singing all kinds of songs. And I cannot for the life of myself remember the song that he loved. There was one song that he just stared at me. He was completely calm and stared at me. And it was something about, it may have been a song I made up, but to the tune of something else. But I was basically saying, they were characteristics. I was saying, like, Callahan is such a big boy. Yes, he is, or something like that. And then Callahan is such a strong boy. And then Callahan, and I just went on and on and on with every positive characteristic I could come up with, because he just kept staring at me with his big blue eyes. And it was so cute. And I said, he also, he's okay with the Barney songs. I was going through all the songs. I go, he's not a fan of the ABCs. So, just FYI, don't sing that one yet. He may be in trouble when he goes to school. Oh, gosh. But it was delightful, and it was fun to hold him for that time. He's such a good little boy. And it was also nice is when I go over to visit, I can feed him because she's 100% pumping right now until they can see how much she's producing and if she can up the production or whatnot. So, good news. Good news. Yesterday, my electrician came, and we got most of the stuff done. He's a really nice guy. Found out that I bought the smart garage door adapter thing and all that stuff, and he was having the most difficult time getting it to work and getting it to sync. And he was like, it just doesn't make sense that it wouldn't do this and that. And coming back, and he's like, I swear I've done this brand before, but I don't know. And then finally, he's like, he came into the kitchen. I was sitting at the kitchen table and working on the computer, and he came in and he started putting everything in the box. He goes, well, you can take this back. And I'm like, oh, great. I can't do a smart. And he goes, your garage door is a smart garage. I'm like, it is? Now, they told me that when I was touring around before I bought it. I remember her saying, you're going to have a smart garage. Well, and smart thermostat. The only thing I didn't have was the smart door lock. Hang on. My nose is starting to run again. At least I know I'm not allergic to my cats. There's no cats down here. It's been a couple weeks. Okay. Well, I guess I did see Amaretto yesterday, but still. So when I moved in and all the information they were sharing, and it was like crazy, and I'm trying to look around to see what's wrong with the place that they have to fix up. And it's like, here's the warranty information for this, and these are the places that you call if it's an emergency. But if it's a problem with the water or something or whatever in the first year, call us. Unless it's an emergency, then here's the other places that you call for water or heat or whatever. Don't go without heat. But then if it's not an emergency, these are the numbers. I mean, I just felt like there was so much information. Here's the hot water tank, and this is what you have to drain at the winter time. And I was just like, that was one of the complaints I had when I filled out the survey afterwards. I said, listen, I just got bombarded with information. Nothing was in print. Nothing. There were QR code stickers that were on the island for registering. Well, it was just to go to the GE. All the appliances are GE. So it was just to go to the GE site to register the appliances. Other than that, I just had to remember everything they said. So I wrote that in the evaluation. I'm like, it was a lot. I still have to call my contractor back because he contacted me and he's like, so thanks for the evaluation. And I see that there was a lot of information and anything you want me to go over, or I'm like, okay. I was hoping this was Ryan Holmes. I don't mind saying it now. I would like Ryan Holmes to come up with a policy where they go over all the stuff they went over with me for an hour, but then give you a flyer or a pamphlet or a binder or something that has it all in print. I'll even sign off saying, okay, I got it, so that you're not liable, because I feel like they're liable at this point. It's their word against mine. I could always just say, you never told me anything. I wouldn't do that, but people could. I just was frustrated by it. Anyway, so in all of that, I'd forgotten about the smart garage door. And I remember thinking about it at one point, but he was in the middle of talking. I think it was in the process of talking about the fire suppression system. Things that were a little more important than my smart garage door. But he had given me he's like, oh, it's a quiet garage door, and then you just push the button on the wall, and then there were 2 remotes. I mean, that doesn't seem smart. It doesn't look smart, doesn't sound smart, doesn't seem smart, and nor did he ever say the word smart. It's like, here are your remotes, and then you can also open and close it on the button on the wall of the garage, like everyone else's normal garage door openers. So the electrician is like, I'll figure out, I'll get it all synced out. Well, that didn't happen because it kept timing out. And so finally I'm like, here's the code to my phone. Because he was doing it, he downloaded the app on my phone and then had me log in with all my information, and then was trying to do it all from my phone because it was the point of doing it on his phone. And I'm like, here's my passcode. Just if it starts to, if you need to get in there. Finally, he said, I just think that your Wi-Fi router is not strong enough. It's upstairs it's on this wall right here. Inside these double doors, in the closet where the washer and dryer are, inside a closed cupboard is the router. And then you have to go out and then downstairs and then to the other side of the townhome and open the door to go into the garage. And then that's where he goes, I just think that the signal, you need a Wi-Fi booster. So I ordered a Wi-Fi booster. I don't know if it's coming today or tomorrow. My nice electrician's coming back next Thursday to finish this. He's not going to charge me the fee to come out again, which is nice because I'm all the way out in Gallatin and he's not. He'll come back and I got I'll plug in the router, the booster thing as soon as it comes. You just plug it into the wall. I don't think there's much more you have to do to it, but I'll read the instructions. The other thing he didn't finish was the video doorbell ring cam. It's not Ring brand, but I can't remember why exactly. There was something with the subscription that made the one I got better. And the one I got has a split view. So it's down low so you can see when packages are left. And then it's also up high to see people coming. So you get both views. That was not installed because it was supposed to charge for 6 hours first. He did tell me afterwards, he's like, listen, because there's a chance, because I'm like, well, I'm having you hardwire it. My goal was no batteries or anything. He's like, no, it'll be connected to the electrical line. He goes, but it needs that initial boost to get it going. And then after that, he goes, the line will take over. He goes, there's a chance I can install it right now and it won't work yet, but just that little bit of power that's going to it over the course of a day or two will give it enough to get going on its own. But like I'd rather you leave with everything working. I'm not the kind of person where things just work out for them. Well, isn't that amazing? It wasn't even supposed to start working and look, here it is. That's not me. That's not my life. So he's going to come back next Thursday and we are going to finish up those last two things. But other than that, I got my 3 ceiling fans in, which I like, and they're beautiful. He liked them too, which made me happy. Because he said, you've seen a lot of ceiling fans, and he said, you buy them on Amazon. There's a lot of cheap ones out there. He goes, but these were nice. These were Lowe's. They were from Lowe's. And I just got it because I liked the way it looked, and my son-in-law really liked it. It's the one they put in the baby's room. So I got 3 of them in each room. The only thing I don't like about it is because the master bedroom has a tray ceiling, so it's up higher, that it's not a strong breeze on me. It's like a subtle. When it's on high, it's subtle. And at home, I've got one that, you kind of feel like your hair is blowing if you got it on high. I love it. Like, But it is what it is. That's what's going to be there. So I'm going to have a subtle breeze on me. Makes it seem like the window's open on a day with a little breeze outside. All right. Other than that, everything got installed just fine. And I did have him install a timer on the front porch light. Now, I have those dusk to dawn light bulbs, and I have them on the back porch, and I have it on the garage door. But the front porch, the garage is a little bit more forward than the door, where the porch is, and it's a can light. It's not a normal light bulb. It's a can light, and it's really high up there. I'm like, I don't know if my 2-step stool is going to reach up there. And so I thought, rather than go through everything to try to figure out what kind of, and being under that porch there too, I'm like, is it going to register the light from being in there. I don't know. Anyway, I told him, I said, I'm just going to have you put this timer one on here and then I can change the timer. But for the most part, I'll just have it go on at like 10 o'clock at night, go off at like 5 o'clock in the morning. He's like, oh, you want it on all night? I'm like, oh, yeah, security. I mean, I have the Ring doorbell too, but I'd rather have it be lit up so we can really see what's going on and deter. That's, just deter people from coming and taking something if there's a package there or whatnot. And I said, I didn't know with that can light if I could get another one. And he's like, well, you'd have to convert it to a different light type, and then you could put the regular light bulb in there. So he made it seem like he wasn't familiar with can lights that were dawn to dusk. And I never Googled it. So it doesn't matter because he put the timer in and I've got the timer inside the house now. But he's like, yeah, you have to change it. He goes, and then he goes, with an association, you have to just make sure that they would approve whatever it is because it's on the front of the house. And I'm like, yeah. My association manual is like, I don't remember, 200 pages long or something crazy like that. I mean, I skimmed through it. And I remember the sales agent saying, oh, this is a nice development because they let you have pergolas in the back and they let you have extra fencing and you can even close it in if you have a pet or you just want it closed in for privacy. And as long as there's a gate that is not locked, that can be opened, the lawn cutting people will come inside of it and they'll cut the grass inside. And, she just made it seem like the association's kind of like, whatever, no big deal here. And I'm reading through this manual going, it seems like they want approval for everything. I get the impression they say yes to everything. Well, not everything, but, stupid things like that. Like they would be like, yeah, you can do that. But you have to go through the process of getting it approved. And I'm like, do I have to go to the meeting then to blah, blah. So I told him, I'm like, it's best that I don't try to change out that fixture. All right. And then I decided yesterday, I am going to take care of this garbage situation that I've been saying for 2 weeks now that I'm going to take care of. I'm getting my garbage can today. Now, I woke up in the morning and I heard the garbage. It was exactly 8 o'clock in the morning. And I could hear the garbage truck going down the street. I'm like, okay, I'm getting out of bed and I'm looking to see a situation. Because the garbage cans, I noticed when I go for a walk to the mailbox, somehow the one day in the afternoon when I'm going for a walk, I'm like, why is everyone's garbage cans up by their garage door? And I'm like, I know that the thing doesn't pick them up there. And I think he came earlier today. Did everyone bring them back in, but they left them at their garage door? They were too lazy to bring them into the garage. Now, half of them were gone. They weren't there, but half of them were up by the garage door. I'm like, why are there so many people that bring it that far, go more than 3/4 of the way, and then just don't take it in? So I wanted to watch and see because I'm like, is it possible that the garbage man actually takes them up to the house? So I'm watching the whole garbage situation. And I just sat there. It's like a little kid. Like I was like a little boy who was enjoying watching a garbage truck go down the street. I watched like 4 houses across the street as they were going and then like hook up and do the dumping and that. There's a guy outside the truck the whole time. As soon as it's dumped, he takes it and he walks it up. Sure enough, they take it up your drive and put it by your garage door. It's a definite way to get them out of the street because 1, it's in front of your garage door. So if you want to go in your garage, you got to bring it in. 2, it's so close. Who's going to leave a garbage can just sitting outside their garage? And 3, the streets are fairly narrow. And I think I mentioned this before. You can park on both sides of the street in many places in Nashville, maybe all of Tennessee. I don't know. But I know that I know in Northeast Ohio you can't. I think in the whole state, you cannot park on the side of the street that has a fire hydrant at all. No one can park on the side of the street with a fire hydrant. You can only park on the opposite side. So this is all new to me and it seems very weird. And I was talking to the electrician about it, Alan. And Alan told me that you just can't park in front of one. I'm like, well, gosh, I'd never park in front of one. I'm like, I don't know, after over 50 years of living in a state where I know that you cannot park on the side with the fire hydrant, I don't know that I can even bring myself to park on the side with the fire hydrant. And that being said, I don't know what side has the fire hydrant. There's no fire hydrant around us. It must be further down the street. Maybe I do, because I always just park in front of my house when I park it outside, if it's not in my driveway. Huh. I might have just lied to you right there. I don't know. All right, so I'm going online, and I told him I'm probably going to run out to the utility office place and take care of this stuff. And I decided, let me just call. Let me call first, figure out this whole process. So I called and I talked to a lady, very nice, Gallatin's Public Utility Office, very sweet, very nice. And she's like, yep, what you need to do, will you buy a computer? Let me walk you through to get to where you need to go to fill out the application for garbage. It's $21 a month, I think, she said. And I said, okay. So she walks me through. I get to the application page. She's like, complete that application. Then you hit the submit button. And then after that, call this phone number. And they're the ones that are going to get you your trash can. I'm like, all right, 2-step process, but fine. So I'm going to call the phone number, get the trash can. She's like, yes. After you call them for the trash can, you're going to pay them online. And I think it was like $60, $62 or something like that. So you buy your trash can, and then they're going to contact me back, and they'll deliver it in like a day or so. I said, great. Okay. So I hang up and I call the other phone number. And the guy said, did you fill out the application? And I said, for trash? Yeah, I did it on the Gallatin website. Did you fill out the application for the trash can? I said, I have to apply to get a trash can? I have to apply to get a trash can, and it has to be approved. They're not even taking my money yet. They won't take my money until I apply and it gets approved. Then they will contact me to get the payment. I'm like, well, that's going to go well, because I'm not going to pick up my phone. I don't know, wherever they call from, but okay, we'll do our best here. So I get off the phone with them. Well, first I said to him, well, I'm on the Gallatin Public Utility site right now. Because he's like, go to forms. I said, I'm on the Gallatin Public Utility site right now. Can you help me? He goes like, will you just go to the forms section? Because of course he didn't volunteer where to go to fill out this application. He's like, go to forms. And I'm clicking on everything. And I'm like, I don't see anything that says forms. Like, where exactly is this? And then he's like trying to explain. He's like down by the picture of the like little flowers coming up. I don't see any flowers. So listen, I'm at GallatinTN.gov or something like that, which takes me to all the public utilities. He's like, oh no, I'll give you a different site. Well, that would have been nice if we could have started with that, but okay. So give me the other site. He gives me the other site, and I go on it. I'm like, oh, I see the flowers. So he walks me through, gets me to the application page. He's like, fill out the application. We'll call you after you're approved. Very well. I get off the phone. Electrician's just laughing. Alan thinks the whole thing's hysterical. He's like, you're so nice to them. And I'm like, was I? Because I'm frustrated inside. He's like, it reminds me of those like TikToks where you see one guy plays both sides of the phone and the conversation is insane. I'm like, yeah, kind of like my conversations with family sometimes. But I said, at least we're making progress, right? So I filled out the application, and I'm like, okay, I did as much as I could. They'll call me. I'll pay them. Trash came today anyway. Let me backtrack for a sec. The first lady I talked to, who had me fill out the application, the really nice one at just the public utility office, she's like, let me look up and let you know what day your trash is. And I said, okay, I think it's Thursdays. And she goes, no, your address, you're on Mondays. I'm thinking, well, what kind of big truck was picking up the cans today and dumping them into it? Somebody's stealing all the trash if it's not the public utility people picking up the trash. So I was like, oh, I really thought I saw him today. I think it's today. She's like, no, no. Now, maybe you saw them come down the street because twice a year you get a courtesy pickup. So if you missed your pickup day, you can call for a pickup on another day. Or if you just happen to have a lot of trash one week and you need them to come back another day. So you get 2 of those a year. And they were probably coming down to pick that up. I'm thinking, what are the odds that all 4 houses across the street from me were using one of their 2 special pickups? Slim to none, but I wasn't going to argue with her. I just said, okay, thanks, and just let it go. Craziness. I get an email about an hour or 2 later, and it says, I'm sorry, we can't sign you up for garbage pickup. And I don't know if this was the first, which one it came from, because both of them looked almost the same, the websites. They both were like the trash. I mean, the first one was just like Gallatin Utilities, but you clicked on trash and then you got all the trash information. The other one was, no, there was more stuff besides trash on it. I don't know. It's special buy your can site. I don't know. That did other things as well. So I said, so I'm reading this email from one of the trash sites, and it says, the Gallatin Public Utilities does not handle your trash. It gets handled by a private company through your association. Contact your association. I'm like, after all that, are you joking? You're now figured out that I'm not supposed to have trash, which means the very first lady, when I signed up for all my utilities last time I was here about a month ago, was right when she said, oh no, you don't have to get trash because you're in, this development that the association, or she didn't say the association took care of it. I just assumed the association took care of it. She just said, you don't have to sign up for trash here. So I was like, oh, good. It's included in my association fees. So now I'm back to, well, this is exciting. It's included in my association fees. Maybe, although I do remember seeing this $60 for the can and 21, but maybe that was just from general City of Gallatin stuff. Okay. So now we're back to square one. And I'm like, great, I can pull out the 200-page handbook and start going through it and find trash and figure out what to do. And then, no joke. And then this morning, come with me if you will. Let's take a little field trip and go downstairs. I got a package from Walmart today. Some stuff that I needed, just like hairspray and that kind of stuff. And I was getting something else. It was from one of you. What did one of you recommend? Oh, a steamer. Somebody said they had a great steamer and it was just from Walmart and it worked great. And my steamer at home didn't work that great. So I'm like, I'm going to get it. It's not going to work on the curtains I have just because they're so thick and almost have a plastic back because they're room darkening. But they might work a little bit on the front side of it. And maybe it'll work with all the other stuff. And I don't have to keep hauling out the ironing board. If nothing else, I'll take it home because my son totally needs it. Oh my gosh, you should see how he goes to work some days. I'm like, Zach, he's like, I know. Well, if you know, what are you so busy doing? The new girlfriend, that's what it is. Okay, so look. Let's see. We gotta tip this. Do you see? Mm-hmm. They delivered a trash can. I don't know. I guess the public utility site delivered the trash can. I wish it was still trash day. I could compare it to the other ones. I think it looks like what the trash can of everybody else has. I never paid for it. And I have an email saying that I'm not supposed to get it. Oh my gosh. How many times can we go back and forth? it does go through the public utilities. No, you have to do it through the association. No, it's a public utility. No, it's association. I don't know where we stand anymore. But all I know is I have a trash can, so I'm going to fill the puppy up and put it out there next Thursday and see if somebody picks up my trash. I figure if they see the trash can, they'll pick up the trash, right? Or do they have a list? Is it like school bus stops where they have a list of who is approved to get it and who's not? I don't know. Honestly, I've said this before. Everything takes so many more steps than it needs to in my life. I feel like I waste more time backtracking and trying to double check and verify what everybody says or find out what the real answer is. The positive note is everyone has been delightful. So it'd be worse if I was dealing with nasty people. Nobody's been nasty, so we are where we are with it. And that's all that's gone on. I am going back in a couple days to make some beef stew pot pie that my son-in-law loves because there's a lot of wine left over. And I'm going to pick up some curtains that I found. And I didn't overpay for them, but I paid about half of what they're worth. I don't know. They're still a good deal because when I think of how much I paid for the curtains that are in the guest bedroom, then I got these for basically the same price. And there's some fancy dancy schmancy brand. It comes in a box about, I don't know, saving the world or something. But she had 2 boxes of them, and there were 2 in each box. And she originally wanted $150 for one of the boxes, and then she knocked it down to $100. And I said, that's more than I want to pay, but I'll buy both boxes for $80. And she said, sure, whenever you can pick them up. Which makes me then think maybe she meant she was selling both boxes for $100 and I just took 20 off, which is fine. I got 20 off, right? That's fine. Got 20% off. More than that, she originally wanted $150. She had the price on there of the original one. It's just hard to tell when you look at the original receipt if it was 1 box or 2 boxes because there's 2 panels in each box. And I wanted the 4 panels to like fill out the window space, make it look more luxurious. So $80 worth of curtains in the guest. It's not even the guest bedroom. It's in the office upstairs. So now I just need curtains for this room. Now, okay, these green curtains, which some people were like, that was such a great find. I'm still probably going to hang them before I go, but I think they're going to look weird because I'm going to hang the curtain rods higher. They're only 84 inches long, and I need them to be at least 90. 90 is what I have in my bedroom. 95 is what I have in the guest bedroom, but that goes right up to the ceiling. These ceilings are a little bit taller, so I really should measure, but it looks like the extra space is from the window up to the top of the wall. So I think 95 would be perfect in here. And these are 85. That's another 10 inches shorter. So in the meantime, I'm going to put the curtain rod. I think I told you already. Did I mention that in the last video? I think today my other curtain rod should be arriving. So I can take the ones down in the guest bedroom, move that rod to my closet, and then the 2 bigger rods that are coming for the guest bedrooms, one of which is really an office now, but could be a guest bedroom if I get like a sleeper sofa or something in there. I guess I could get like a day bed, like a trundle bed or something like that 2 people could then sleep on. That might be better than the sleeper sofa because most sleeper sofas are pretty narrow. Anyway, and a sleeper sofa I totally would have to buy online new because I don't have the means to carry it here. And I don't want to carry it up the stairs with my son-in-law. The other pieces of furniture, I have no trouble taking one end and him taking the other end. But that's heavy. So, okay, I'm sorry. I'm thinking here and working through it as I talk to you. So, yeah, so that's good. My shower curtain rod or hooks should be coming soon. My shower curtain liner should be coming soon. That reminds me, I got to order a mattress. I got to go get my tape measure. There it is. Take it up there and do the measuring so I see exactly how high the base is from the floor, how high it is that I want to sit on it. I'll measure my bed and then do the math. Find a box spring first, maybe the same one that I have for my bedroom, and then see what the difference is to make it the same height. Because, depending on where it starts, mine seems to start pretty high. I have the box spring. I only have an 8-inch mattress because higher than that, it would have been like jumping up onto it. But I think the guest bedroom has a lower bed frame. So if I get the same box spring, and I think most box springs are about the same height. I think there was like 4 inches or 5 inches or something like that. Then I might need more like a 10-inch. We'll see. I don't know. I'll get the tape measure and I'll let you know. I feel like there was something else I was going to let you know, but I can't let you know because I don't know what it is. The chair saga continues. None of the bolts are working. I was going to run up to Lowe's yesterday too while he was here because I figured while I go out, I should do that. But you know what? When I get off with you, I should just go do it. What time is it? 1:30. Yeah, I should do it before schools get out and traffic gets crazy. And I took a bolt off the bottom of one of the chairs that is a good bolt. And then I should take one that's bad and have them separate and say, this is bad bolt. This is good bolt. Can we find this good bolt anywhere here? I have a feeling they may not even have them in the hardware store. It might be one of those you have to get at a specialty like bike shop or whatnot. Isn't that crazy? But the bolts are connected to the legs of the chair. And I'm taking a leg of the chair with me. And I'm going to find somebody in the hardware department and say, here's my dilemma. Help. Or tell me exactly what I need to find on Amazon. But I need 8 of those nuts. So it's not cheap. And then the other bolts I can use because I'm using the bolt and the nuts together on my own. So they match. It's hard to explain. Anyway, I'm looking at 2 chairs still sitting on my dining room table unassembled. The saga goes on. Okay, that's it. Trying to think of anything else going on. Not really. I know that there were a couple things. Every now and then something comes up. I'm like, I can't wait to tell the ladies and gentlemen, everyone who's wise and wonderful or becoming wise and wonderful. Oh, yeah, I can't think of anything. All right, I should get to it. I'm going to get those rods down and start. Well, until I get the other rods, I can't put those up. I know I have projects to do. Oh, I'm going to go Lowe's. That's what it is. I'm going to run out to Lowe's. I'm trying to think. There's something else. I moved my bedding. You know, that beautiful bed that I showed you? I took it all off because I washed the sheets when the guy came, and I got the mattresses against the wall so he could put that ladder, between the slats and reach the ceiling fan area. So I didn't put the bedding back on. I just thought, let me see what that bedding that I just bought looks like. And the 2 quilts that I got, the one from West Elm that was only $10, and then this Serena and Lily that I got for $30, they kind of look okay together. And they actually don't look bad on the bed in that room. I feel like they might look better in that room than the guest bedroom. So I think I'm forfeiting my bedding, which looks really cute. But it does make me really happy to think the guests would come in that whole cute little setup with the pillow shams and the thing. I mean, I kind of like the idea that they'll have something nice when they come and go, oh, this is nice in here. That makes me happy. Makes me happy to know that they're going to be happy. And I can always just figure out down the road what I'm going to do about pillow shams or throw pillows and whatnot on my bed. So yeah, I think at this point I'm sticking with the 2 quilts in my room. So the room will look a little different in the future. When I figure it all out and make it look halfway decent, I'll show you what it looks like. Right now it looks all right. It just has the quilt that you saw yesterday, or maybe earlier in this video. Actually, no, I think it was yesterday's video. The white and kind of mint colored patchwork quilt is the main one I have on the bed. And then I have the other green one folded over it on the end. It's a different colored green, but it doesn't clash. So it works. It works. I got to remember, this is supposed to be a rental. Well, that room's not going to be a rental. I'm never going to have anybody go in that room. In fact, what I was thinking was, because I was going to get a special lock to put on the door, but I thought I could, and maybe I still will. But I was going to hang a sign on. There's all kinds of cute signs that say private, almost like the private drive kind of signs from Harry Potter. So it has a cute little sign that says private. I was going to hang that on the door and put cameras in there, which I would turn off once I'm here, but have cameras to make sure nobody goes in there. Like one of those ring cam kind of indoor nanny cams type thing. And then also let guests know that they're not to go in there and that there are cameras. That'll keep them out. You're not going to be tempted. I should probably just put a lock on it too. I just know I'm going to lose the key. I need to put a lock on it that is like my front door lock, where I could just put a code in to get in. It's so weird to put a code to get into your bedroom. Bizarre. Hey, I've been thinking of one thing. The doors down here, the main door, the pantry door, the utility room door, and the bathroom door, I was thinking about painting them like a iron ore color, like a really deep, like not deep blue, more like a deep, deep gray, almost black, but not black, to have them kind of be accent doors. But more than that, I have white doors in my house, and I tell you, the pantry door and the bathroom door, lots of the doors, even the bedroom doors, they always get yucky because you take your fingers to close it and all that, and it just wears away. It leaves stains. I feel like I'm always painting over it, always scrubbing it down and then repainting it. Like anytime it's like a holiday and people are coming, it's time to like repaint. Just that white door is not ideal. And I thought, I wonder if they sell like switch plate is what's in my head, but it's not really a switch plate, but it would be just like a metal plate that would be like maybe 4 inches wide by 7 inches long, that has a hole opening that you could put on the door and then put the lock on top of it, so that that side of the door, you're always touching this metal plate. You're never touching the actual door. That's what I kept thinking. And then I'm like, or I could just paint the door and use it like, as opposed to, this looks pretty matte. He said it was semi-gloss, unless they've completely changed semi-gloss paint. And I'm like, really? It's very matte. Maybe it's eggshell. I'll go with eggshell. I don't even think it's satin. Is eggshell the one that's closer to matte? Anyway, it's not semi-gloss. I guarantee you it's not semi-gloss. But I was thinking about getting a satin or eggshell, whichever one is closer to semi-gloss, because they're easier to clean if you do get fingerprints. Although it doesn't really matter if it's going to be the dark color. I don't think it would show up as much, right? Have any of you done that? Have you gotten the dark door look on certain doors, and did it help with fingerprints? Because all the doors are white in here, and I just see a lot of paint touch-up in my future. A lot of paint touch-up. And I'm not looking forward to it. So I thought, maybe I'll just paint the doors all together. Okay. Thinking it through with you. Thanks for helping me out. Okay. I'm probably going to be back again. No, I got to upload this because I didn't upload it yesterday. This is it for today. All right. We already had our words of wisdom for the day. This is it. Take care. Thanks for being here with me, friend. I'll see you tomorrow or within the next couple of days. Take care. Bye-bye. I'm back. Yes, I'm back. We didn't do our sleep scores. Some of you have been writing down below what your sleep scores are. Excellent. Good job. Some of you have great sleep scores. Some of you are still looking into how to get a sleep score. Shanna mentioned her Android has more information than my Apple Watch. So some of you have better systems than I even do for sleep score. Yesterday, I had a decent sleep score. It was 85. High. So I was happy with it. Last night, I was a little more worried. I feel like I went to bed at a decent time, and I feel like I slept pretty sound, and I didn't get up a lot, but it's still going to have a lot of interruptions. I didn't have to get up to go to the bathroom a lot, but I woke up a lot. Like I just found myself waking up, and then I'd roll over and I go back to sleep, but I just did it a lot. I don't know why. I don't know. Who knows? Anyway, it says 7 hours and 36 minutes. I hit my target. 7.5 hours. That's what my doc said. All right, we're good. My sleep score was high. It was an 81. Okay, that's the lowest high I've seen. So 80 and above must be high. Gosh, when you hit 90s, then that's amazing. It should say extra high. Shouldn't just say high in the 90s if an 81 is high. All right, I'll take it. Let's look a little more specifically. My duration, I got a 48 out of 50. Not bad. 7 hours and 36 minutes. All right, my doctor would have given me a 50 out of 50, but that's fine. That's fine. My bedtime, I got a 27 out of 30. I thought I went to bed. I went to bed 1 hour and 34 minutes earlier than average. My average must have been pretty late. I mean, I know it was back at home, but I thought I was doing a pretty good job here, but apparently. So 27 out of 30, I'll take it. Interruptions, 8. 8 wake-ups for a total of 1 hour and 7 minutes. I got a 6 out of 20. That's the kicker. That's not good, Jenny. All right, let's take a look at how much. All right, that hour and 7 minutes being awake. REM sleep went out about 2 hours. Core and deep sleep together were 5 hours and 45 minutes. Somehow that seems okay. I thought my target was between 4 and 5. So 5 hours and 45 minutes. I think that's not too bad. All right, so I did okay. So it's not, I'm in airplane mode. Why is there an airplane here at the top? What the heck? Battery, airplane mode. Did it automatically go in airplane mode because my battery's low? I wonder. Okay, I gotta check it. Let me take this off so I don't forget. I gotta charge this. Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that sleep score. That's good. That's good. I'm happy. I should put my thumbs through these, huh? What am I allergic to? It's gonna be one of those things I'm gonna start saying every day. One of these days I have to go back and find that blood work thing and find the person and schedule my appointment. It should be a priority. I'm like, it's just not a priority. It should be a priority, but it's not a timeline priority. Whatever the outcome is still the outcome. I mean, I guess I could be working towards something or doing something or about it, but this place, there's a ticking time clock affiliated with it in terms of I'm leaving in about a week and a half, and everything has to be done because the next people coming might be my Adam's, my son-in-law's family might come stay here when they're here. I don't know what their plans are. And then after that, well, that was in April and I'm still here. So my life's too crazy to share this. I mean, I don't mind sharing it with my family, but I just don't know his family as well. But I would do it if they asked for sure, 100%. I wouldn't say no. But I did offer this place for them to use when they were here. I don't know. And there might be too many of them. I only have the guest bedroom ready. I won't have another place for him to sleep. I guess somebody could sleep on this couch here. This is comfy. So that's 3 people. I don't know if more than 3 are coming. I mean, the proper thing to do would be to offer my bed, my queen bed, to 2 people, and then I sleep on the couch. But I'm sure they wouldn't let me do that because I wouldn't let somebody else do it. So, but I could do that. Okay, working it through in my head. But my daughter and her husband, my other daughter, the one that's in Ohio, they're coming down in May sometime. I think near the beginning of May, like the second week of May or something like that. So it might be a constant turnover of people here, of which I don't have any rules or anything set. It's like, and I don't have a house cleaner coming. So I just hope everybody understands, wash your own sheets the morning you leave, remake the bed for the next person so they don't come to a messy place. Is that obvious? I mean, it seems like it would be obvious. If I was using somebody's place, I would want to leave it exactly in the same condition that I got it in, but I don't know. I don't know if that's obvious or not. I would tell my daughter, I don't have a house cleaner. Oh, speaking of which, they have their photo shoot with little baby Callahan. So I have to send her the money and the information. I told her to text me if she didn't get it by today. I haven't gotten the text yet. Wait, there's a text. I wonder who that's from. Nope, not from her. She's forgotten too. I just remembered. So I have to send her the money for a house cleaner and then send her the contacts that I found so far. Well, not really send her. I just told her, I'm like, there's so much more expensive down here, and I'm sure you can find someone else, but I'll send you the contact information that I have from people, but you might want to she's like, well, I'll try to find the email. At one point, somebody in our development cleaned houses and she wanted to pick up more work. She's like, I'll see if I can find that email. I'm like, that's the kind of person you want. Because what I'm finding, I said, or go with an agency. Just go with an agency because they're going to have a set price no matter what. This is the hourly rate and that's it. Whereas what I'm finding are, like 2 ladies who are friends who like to clean that got together and started a cleaning business. There's a lot of those. There's a lot of just 2 women who have cleaning business, 2 women in a broom or whatever. And they charge between $300 and $400 to come do the first cleaning. I don't pay that back in Ohio. At all. At all. My house cleaner is great. And she only charges $25 an hour. So I tip her 20%. I basically pay for an extra hour because it's worth it. But that's what I'm used to. So I told her, I'm like, listen, I'll give you $150 towards a house cleaner. And then you just pay the difference. I wanted to do it for the baby shower, but she's like, the house is clean because her in-laws were up like a week or 2 before the baby shower. So, so she said, we got it all clean for Adam's family coming to visit. So we don't really need a house cleaner, but we'll use it before the baby's photo shoot. Okay. Okay. I'm just thinking now. Okay, I gotta contact her and take care of that. And then I'm gonna go to Lowe's. I'm going to Lowe's. Let's see, now we're running out of time and we're getting to the point, 2:00. We're getting close to school's getting out. I gotta go. That's it for today. I swear. And I'm uploading, then I'm going, which means it's not going to get posted till this evening. But you know what? You got to pick your battles in life. So I can get to Lowe's, return the stuff I have to return, and see if maybe they have got a nut that will go onto the bolts of those chair legs. And that I'm not going to have to pay like $5 a nut. All of a sudden, these chairs are becoming expensive. I like them. I like them a lot. They're even worth the hassle as long as this hardware doesn't become real expensive. We'll see. I just was thinking last night when I was driving, I'm pretty sure I Venmo'd him, which means I still have it in my Venmo thing. So I can just send him a bill. Send him a bill for like $30 or something like that for hardware for the chairs. Since he took himself off of Facebook and closed down the post and there's no way to contact him anymore. I don't think he's going to pay it, but I wish I could put a note in it. too. Maybe you can. Well, I think you can on Venmo. Maybe I'll write in there. I'm not coming home for another 2 weeks. My husband said that he would come to your place to collect the money, but I think what's easier is to do Venmo. So there's the threat of my husband showing up. That would be good. Okay. iMovie storage device, Macintosh HD is almost full. Free up storage space and then click continue or cancel the background tasks. Okay. I don't know what the Macintosh HD, that's just this computer. Okay, I got to figure out how to get all these files off this computer. I thought I'd been doing it, but again, that whole shadow copy thing, the bane of my existence. All right, gotta go. Take care. God bless. See you tomorrow. Maybe. Soon. Bye.